Weight loss is about so much more than just shedding pounds. And today we're talking with Dr. Mona Sodhi of Monarch Weight Loss and Wellness about how she can help you make changes in your life and your health. Dr. Sodhi, thank you so much for having us in today to learn a little bit more about Monarch Weight Loss and Wellness. And I want to know a little bit about how you work with your patients, because weight loss can be such a personal thing, and it's not just about the pounds necessarily. It's really about a mindset shift when you work with your patients. Tell me about that.
Yeah, exactly. So when I work with my patients, I'm able to support them mentally, physically. We're able to dive into what they're eating, how they're sleeping, how they're moving, all of it. So it's really just a whole wrapped, comprehensive approach that we take.
And how do you help them get to a point where they're ready to make a mindset shift to see a change in their lives?
So in our first consultation, we spend a lot of time going into their history. What was it like growing up? What were your eating habits like? What was your mindset like? And then we kind of take a step back to individualize and see what do they need to set up their mindset to have the best possible results when they're working with me. And so I think just taking that deep dive into their history is what really helps set us up for success.
You're addressing a whole relationship, really deep diving and customizing a plan for each individual patient.
So each person comes in with their unique history, and they're able to tell me if they've either been struggling with nutrition, eating habits, their movement. Is it a very busy, stressful job that they have? Are they a professional? I take care of a lot of surgeons, for example. And so we're able to take a dive into what area of their weight loss journey do they need the most help in, and then we'll focus on that area first. And then like a domino effect, it'll help arrange everything else that's holding them back.
So when you work with your customers, with your clients, how often can they work with you? How often do they have access to you?
Sure. So initially we see each other for an hour-long consultation, and then after that it's about 30-minute appointments, and that's once a month. But in between the appointments, the great thing is I've set it up so that they can reach me in between. And so some people will send me a food log. Some people will tell me, these are my wins. I could buckle my airplane seat, which I've never been able to do before. And so we touch base regularly. And I've set up my practice so that I can see anyone virtually. But the great thing is that we're able to connect on the same topics, so nutrition, movement, stress, sleep, in a virtual capacity. And so my patients that are very busy professionals, or maybe they're moms of young children, they love the ability to connect virtually.
So I think a lot of people nowadays find to not want to just say, oh, I'm going to take the easy way out. I'm just going to grab this prescription from an online platform and lose weight and go about my life. But that is kind of the opposite of what you do. Tell me about how you work with your clients to make this a long-lasting solution.
So I think deep down, many people know that this is not just for the short-term weight loss. This is for the long term. We want to prevent things like diabetes, high cholesterol, liver disease, and weight is closely tied to those conditions. And so what I provide is a space where we can talk about your weight, but also all of the other conditions that you have or may have in the future. So we focus on not just weight loss, but fat loss. And we're able to monitor your progress by saying, hey, you're losing fat, you're gaining muscle. That really exponentially gets you some gains in terms of your health.
Literal gains.
Literal gains of muscle.
Yes. So cool.
Yes.
And people do have access to medications when they work with you, is that correct?
Correct. So I responsibly prescribe them. Everything that I prescribe is vetted by me. So I'm board certified by the American Board of Obesity Medicine, and that has allowed me to spend hours on education involving the anti-obesity medications that we have available. So I know how to safely prescribe them, how to safely adjust them, and really monitor for the side effects that can happen when you're on one.
That's such a good point. And these online platforms, you don't necessarily know who you're working with, who's prescribing it for you. So you need to be really, really careful with these strong medicine. So working with someone like you who is so educated, you're board certified, plays a huge role. So I'm sure there are a lot of people watching who are ready. They're ready to take that step and really take control of their weight loss journey, their wellness journey. So Dr. Mona, how do they work with you?
So on my website, they can schedule a free consultation with me. That's virtual, and that's monarchconciergewellness.com. I also have an Instagram where I try to post regularly. It's at Dr. Mona Sodhi, and so they can follow me there.
That's great. And you give a lot of great insights and tips there on your social media, so definitely go follow her. But Dr. Mona, thank you so much for sharing all this with us today.
Thanks for joining me.